Well, anytime is a good time for a nice, relaxing cruise, but the key is getting a great cruise at a budget price. And, of course, Stuart Chiron, the cruise guy, is the one guy who can tell you how and where to do that. And I know you've always loved Oasis of the Seas. Apparently, you've now been on it again.
I was on it again.
And you just can't stop talking about it.
I can't, Bob. You know, we were actually, it was on the first 7-night cruise to the Western Caribbean. They just started alternating. The piers are finished so they can actually get a ship that size into the Western Caribbean ports. And I got to tell you, I love the ship doing the introductory cruises.
It was a 2-day cruise,
right? But the 7-night cruise on board the ship, I was worried about the areas of mass congestion. I was worried about the long lines, and I was worried about, you know, getting on and off the ship. The only line I waited on in 7 nights, Bob, was to get towels.
You're kidding.
There were no lines. Getting on the ship was a breeze. It took me less than 8 minutes from the time I checked in to the time I got on board the ship. The new terminal at Port Everglades was spectacular. Everything about the ship. But what was really nice, it was how friendly the service was and the different dining options, because it's not just about the dining rooms, it's about all these specialty restaurants.
All right, did you get any special deals for us?
Of course you got a special deal, but I will tell you, on doing the 7-night Eastern or Western Caribbean cruise, you're going to have to act fast, because the prices right now, there are a couple sailings in June on the Western Caribbean from $949.
Right.
But if you wait until into July and doing the Eastern Caribbean, you're going to see this price double.
Really?
So take a look at the Western Caribbean for the maximum savings, and also, of course, take a look at the Liberty of the Seas out of Miami, which is an older sister ship, but certainly worth a look.
Okay, and you do advise people not just to go to the dining rooms, to experience all
the specialty.
How many choices are there?
Oh, there must have been 19 different dining options, especially along Central Park with 150 Central Park, Chops. The Italian restaurant was wonderful. The chef's table I experienced, that was terrific.
All right, we got to move on to
the second deal we've got is aboard another one of my very favorite ships. It's the Celebrity Solstice, and it's doing 7-night Eastern and Western Caribbean out of Fort Lauderdale. And here's a 122,000-ton ship. It holds 2,850 passengers, but again, it's a big ship, but it doesn't feel like it, and it's an extremely elegant ship with lots of dining options. Here's a half acre of real grass where you can play lawn games, have a picnic. The spa on board is just one of the best that you're going to find. The glass blowing, the different dining options and entertainment venues that they have, it's really great. And they have pricing from as low as $799 per person, and that includes, Bob, that includes a balcony, because 85% of the cabins on Solstice have balconies.
That's amazing. How do they do that?
Well, they work very hard at the design, cool. But it's really wonderful. Yeah. Now, the third deal we've got is if you're looking for something, you know, another local deal, let's say maybe something out of Miami, Carnival has got some great deals, and believe it or not, ships still sail out of the port of Miami, and here's a good example. It's Carnival's Liberty doing the Eastern and Western Caribbean. Prices were from $1,769, and we're seeing prices right now from as low as $699 per person, including the summer months.
All right, you got one more?
One more. We've got, this is aboard one of the best cruise lines in the world, Seabourn, and they've got 3 ships, the Spirit Legend and their brand new Odyssey, doing 7-night Mediterranean from Venice, Rome, and Istanbul. They've got 2 deals going. One at 65% off, cruise-only deals from $24.99 for a week in the Med, Bob. And if you want to do their air, they've got 2-for-1s at 50% off, where you can do it with $3,550, including your round-trip air from Miami.
And I want to get in one more quick. You've mentioned this to me before. Don't always look at the ports of call. Sometimes you can just have fun on a floating hotel.
And Oasis is a perfect example. There was no reason to get off the ship.
All right. Stuart Chiron.
Hey,
thanks a million.
Pleasure.
More information, you know where to go. CruiseGuy.com.